Okie dokie. All right, everybody. I want to welcome to another episode of Not for Nothing.
That's how you're gonna start the intro?
Yeah. We are.
How else can you say not for nothing?
Exactly.
How many
Dude,
ways?
I've literally said not for nothing like entirely too many fucking times.
Well, not for nothing. You should fucking at least fucking spice it up a little bit. Or you're acting like you're not fucking.
Well, not for nothing. I'm not spicing it up right now. So, everybody, we are still in Lenoir, North Carolina. We are still at the Carolina Tattoo Arts
And arts gathering.
Tattoo and Arts Gathering. I am joined tonight by Mr. Skotty Whitaker and Mr. Jime Litwalk.
Yeah.
And sorry that you're about to waste an hour and a half of your life.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing. You fucking chose to turn the channel on.
One can only hope it's only an hour fucking half. So
This is either going to get us canceled.
Hey, if you haven't been canceled by now,
I'm not James.
he's
God.
not
I'm
canceled.
the savior. We won't go there, but that's
No, we can't go there. We've
Why
already.
does James not have like a documentary from like Discovery Channel of like how he's made it this far in life?
There's been
That's
talks.
because that doesn't happen for another couple of years.
There's been talks.
There's been talk.
But yeah, it's either going to cancel us or it's going to make people fucking open their eyes. And
Well, I think what we should
no,
do.
not nowadays. No one's open.
I think what we should do, because not for nothing, fuck.
it started.
If you're not from
Nothing.
the South,
Yeah.
there's very few people. Like, I shouldn't say very few people. There's a lot of people who know who you are. But why don't you tell us, like?
I'm not telling shit, Joe. Because let me tell you something. If a motherfucker don't know me by now, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, but that's the world we live in right now.
What?
The world that motherfuckers don't know shit.
So again, why would it matter?
Well, I
Who
don't
I
think
am
I
sitting
don't
on
I
this
don't
couch.
think I don't think it matters. But don't you think that it's kind of like somebody's job to fucking let
Well,
people know?
I will say this though, and I think this has to do a lot because of social media, and you're not on it a lot. But
Fucking hate social media.
I know you do.
There's too many bitches and crybabies on it.
Absolutely.
Can I cuss on this channel?
We're gonna cuss
Really?
about, yeah.
Okay.
But
I
if
don't
we were
know
fucking
what my
around,
chances
yeah.
I mean,
But
you
I
did
think-
invite me on.
I think what the thing is that a lot of times people know your name, but they don't put an actual face with the name.
My name?
Yeah.
Skotty motherfucking Whitaker.
There you go. But I think with a lot of the industry now is like, unless you're one of the fucking, and here's where I start to get
Elites.
canceled. Unless you're one of the like those TikTok flash model
Yeah.
tattooers with a billion books closed for the next century. Where I get to see your chest or your fucking muscles. Then those are the only people who really get to know their faces. It's not about the artwork. Where it's like people know your name. But because you're always so busy, maybe people don't recognize your face.
Well, I didn't come up in social media.
No.
No.
So,
I mean, you
and
don't.
you didn't either.
None of us did.
And
I
you
mean,
haven't
fuck.
embraced it either.
When I started, there wasn't even
Channel.
fucking
No.
cell phones yet.
No, I mean, I think I've embraced social media as much as any tattooer looking to work with something that's technically free. You know what I mean? I mean, we've seen that got away from us, obviously. And I'm like every other tattooer that's just trying to fucking to ride the rodeo, man. Like, I mean, this is just, I mean, it's free. We need to make it work for us, even though it's not. But I mean, you try. So
I try.
I think we're all back.
So,
at it.
career-wise, this is your career, tattooing.
Yes.
Career tattooer.
As of right now, yeah.
Okay. So, I'm not.
Well, so that's why. So this is why I think you need to explain
And that's
who
where
the,
I'll go.
like where you're from. Like,
So it's like, can you? Yeah, so many people think I don't tattoo.
well,
I don't tattoo.
I'll be honest with you, dude. Like I said, when I first met you, like I've known who you are for fucking years, but I had no fucking idea who you were. And if that makes any fucking sense, the guy's not stroking truth. So if that's me, and I'll be honest with you, like
I appreciate that. Not for nothing, but Jimmy knew I was.
But no, exactly. Well, he pays more attention than I do.
I'll give you that.
And that's the truth.
I'll give you
So that's the point. Like the more I got to know you, the better I got to know you. Obviously, the more I got to know of you.
Oh, dude, Skotty, do you tattoo? Yeah, I tattoo. I don't tattoo anymore. Tattooed the other night in Justin's shop. And got accused that I wasn't even tattooing, which was quite funny.
Why
to
were
me.
you like accused of like like Corey Feldman.
Feldman, yeah,
Where he's
pretty
playing
much,
the guitar.
Pretty much. I'm not fantastic, I will say that. I can do a decent tattoo. I can do a clean tattoo. And I've made a lot of money tattooing. I love art, but I don't love art enough to do it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that kills me. One of the things that kills me is like, man, I don't do this for money. Fuck you. I did this shit for money. And I made a lot of money back in the day.
Yeah.
So rough now because I can't tattoo like half these, 3/4 of these people that's out here now that haven't been tattooing but 2 years, 6 months, 5 years, whatever. And good for them that they're fucking doing their thing. But get on career-wise, I'm a phone man. I'm a farmer. I'm a fucking machinist.
Right.
A welder. I fucking do all this shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you tattooed for several years.
The first tattoo I ever did, I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I was at a clubhouse, motorcycle clubhouse.
Yeah, because you're
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
My father
okay.
was
You don't want to touch
a
on that.
biker. Well, I mean, it's fine. And as people do, they get drunk at those functions. And back in the 80s, it was acceptable for the time that your kids were hanging out with you.
Dude,
Because I grew up in it. It was what it was.
I was gonna say, my mom worked in one of the local taverns. Like she was a waitress in the local diner. She worked in a local tavern called Tally Ho.
Mhm.
And I remember getting out of school as a kid, like I'm maybe 9, and sitting in the bar until she got off work. You know, getting dropped off there, and then she would get off work and then take me home.
Yeah.
But I remember when they
It
were
was
doing
normal
that.
times. You think back between now and then, like McDonald's used to have a smoking section.
Yeah, right. Well, this is
You know,
at that
like,
time.
They
Yeah,
used to
there was
have
smoking.
glass
Let's
ashtrays
go back.
in McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, like there was
They
like
hit the floor and never even chipped.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that glass go?
That's because you could beat a man.
You could.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So okay.
So I was thrown a tattoo machine because Tattoo Tim was the club tattooer, and he was a amputee. It was known that if Tim was hopping around the clubhouse, he was tattooing. If he had his fake leg on, he wasn't tattooing. But he was really, really drunk and couldn't finish his tattoo. So I was throwing the machine and they said, finish this tattoo. Couldn't fucking draw shit. Fucking 9 years old. But I did. It's probably still healing. It was, it was shit.
To the
So
bone.
that was the first, other than tattooing cows ears on the farm. But that was just
But that was
for
like,
marketing.
that was, yeah, exactly.
Shit like that. But it had no interest for me for tattooing. So, and then obviously after that, I'm tattooing all the fucking club members' kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how that went. And then through the years of doing that stuff. So apprenticeship, never really had a fucking legit apprenticeship. During that time, when I did, we'll just say that I ended up hating my mentor. And that's when I never wanted to be the guy that you hated. No, that
Oh,
when
you didn't
I
wanna
taught,
be
if
that
I ever
bad
taught
guy.
somebody, I didn't want to be that fucking bad guy. Of course, I mean, we all done hazing on stuff, on people and stuff. That'll admit it. You know, I've admitted it, but not terrible things.
I've never.
Don't
had,
lie.
I haven't had an apprentice.
Well, okay, well then you're different because I know you came up a little different than those folks too.
Yeah, I had an actual apprenticeship. Yeah.
But so I get into work. I didn't want to be a farmer, so I go out and do my other shit. And let's see, I became a phone man for Bell South. Did that for a long, long time. Tattooed here and there, doing stuff. And then James Vaughn actually apprenticed me, so I could be official and in that realm. And then, owned a few shops, owned shops with James, traveled with James, traveled the world, him, Josh Payne, different people. Met you guys. Again, you didn't know what I did.
Right. I just knew you from the scene.
But
You were
made
always
ink,
around.
machines,
Well, and
needles.
So that's my point. Like, how does one decide to not do this for a living, yet still stay in it enough where you're building machines, your pigments now are sought after by a lot of people. They dig on their stuff a lot, and the pigment name is
Family tradition.
Family Tradition, which is the name of the company that you guys
and
own.
we legit mill it, make it, and everything. I mean, it's
It's a
100%.
proper powder
Yeah.
pigment.
And we've been accused by a few people that I'm not allowed to say, look at him walk away, that we don't do it. That we're one of the three. There's only three people. No, it's not true. I'm just one of the people that didn't sell out to other people. And that's so getting to asking me why I do what I do and still have a career and not be a full-time tattooer. That I'm passionate about tattooing, obviously. But I didn't want to see myself in a shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, doing this, doing that, because I have to be outside doing something.
Right.
Have to be doing something else.
Well, you were saying a lot of times you'll go back and you're fucking baling hay or whatever on the farm.
I've been farming now for fucking 3 months now. I went back on 52 years old, and Dad's retired, can't get out and do stuff. So I'm glad that I went back. I left not to be a farmer, and now at 52, I went back home to be a farmer, and I'm fucking loving it, dude. It's hard as fuck, but I'm loving it. And again, I'm still able to go tattoo and do stuff, but I'm select. I'll tattoo my friends. I'll do this shit, whatever. But I got into making ink because we couldn't buy it at the time. So I learned how to make it from Tattoo Tim.
Right.
How do I do this? And you go from there. So coming through, then I meet people in the industry that manufacture things, and then I got pretty deep in the manufacturing side in China, because let's just be real, that's where most shit comes from.
Right, exactly.
And I'm not one of these people that says, hey, you have to fucking make it here, you got to buy it here, this and that, because it's free market. Do what you want to do.
Not only that, how many of these manufacturers, how many of these companies here in the States are actually doing that? You know what I mean? You got a handful of things that are being made here.
Handful, but none.
But for the most part, it's all coming from overseas.
No big names.
Huh?
No big names.
No big names, no.
No big names.
Yeah.
So as far as like machines and stuff,
And when we say that, we're talking rotaries. We're talking.
Yeah.
We're not talking obviously
the
we're not talking
55-cent
coils.
machines.
Exactly.
which, that's a whole nother conversation, because I've been there. I've been to see the Great Wall, where the machine wall, and a few people know what I'm talking about that's been in that room. That's been in there when I was there.
Yeah.
Or you go in the supply room.
No, we make these machines.
Yeah. Or you go in the
You mean the
supply
box
room
that
that
they
I've
came
got
in there?
videos of, that I've shown a few people.
You fucked me up on that one. I was like,
Yeah.
oh
So it's
shit.
like, I'm in this room, and there are Connex trailers in the back being loaded from top to bottom, front to back, side. Just, you can't get another square inch of anything in here. And oh, look at that name. Look at that name. And I won't say it on here. It's not my place to say it on here. You want to talk to me in person? We'll talk about it.
Well, I think that's one of the things. It does bum me out, because part of the idea behind doing this was to let people kind of pull the curtain back a tiny bit. But we all know there's only so far you can pull that curtain back.
Yeah.
And the explanation of this would be, you want to know more, then get to know the individuals in this business more.
I've never signed an NDA with any of the manufacturers I worked with, because I refused to do it. But they chose to still do business with me for the trust factor. And the only way that I would come out, and you and I talked about this, I won't put them on blast. But if Jimmy comes and talks to me, or if I blatantly see a lie that they say that's why I say on social media a lot, because I'll see these people tell a lie,
And it'll drive you crazy.
and it drives me nuts, because I'm not going to take food out of their kids' mouths.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if he comes to me and he says, "What do you think about this?" I can't hold my tongue, because I ain't signed an NDA.
Right.
I refuse to do it. So you can't fucking sue me. Fuck off. And your shit was in that Connex box right beside your competition and your other competition, and they all come off the same fucking line.
Right.
And I saw the fucking line that it went off this side, and it had a roll of paper with a word printed on it. This one went on this side with another roll of paper with that name printed on it. And that's how this shit works.
Yeah.
So once you get in with the manufacturers And if you want to pay them enough money, you can change little pieces in there.
Yeah, you can.
We have our own needles. Same shit, different box.
Yeah.
Says so right on the box, does it not, Jimmy?
That's what it
Says it on the fucking box. Our boxes are 100% proudly made in Bristol, Tennessee.
Well,
The box.
That was the point I was going to make. I think it's fun. I think it's cool that it says same shit, different package,
Different box.
different box.
American made box.
Yeah, American made box. That's
Chinese
it.
shit, American boxes. That's what we say.
But
Not
I mean,
that Chinese shit is shit.
But the,
It's Chinese shit in this box.
well, there's different.
But this
there's
fucking
different.
box
There's different levels.
was
of quality.
made by Bristolians in Bristol, Tennessee, that
Yeah.
we pay more money than some people pay for the needles that they put in those boxes.
Right.
That's a fact. Not me, because I cannot afford a Connex trailer. So I am paying premium prices for the same needle that everybody else has. Not everybody. A few of these
Well, I
people.
mean, the fact is, it's always come to the fact that it's like
It
it's
didn't
coming-
change the stabilizer or anything. I was able to do that in our
Well, and that's the whole thing. Everybody needs to realize that like, if you order enough product, then you can change the package. You can do it
so what the fuck you want to say.
And if you order enough of that,
But have you
product,
ever noticed, Joe? Sometimes, and I'm asking this too. You ever notice when you pick up a box and it's we'll just call it a black box with gold writing on it, or a black box with silver writing on it, but it smells mildewy? You ever notice that? Have you ever picked that up? Well, I'm just saying, have you ever noticed that? Maybe pay attention to it next time, because in those fucking boxes, the Connex, they sweat on the ocean. And to me, it makes the box smell like fucking mildew, which is why Justin and I were determined we didn't want our fucking needles smelling like fucking mildew. It's just like walking in 7-Eleven, and I'm like, I can smell that fucking cooler, and now I can't drink the drink because all I can taste is the fucking mildew that I've smelled because it's in my nose. So that's why we made those boxes. And
to get away from
the smell and to actually be able to say, we made this box in Tennessee. And we're able to keep money at home for our little fucking community there. And they think it's amazing that we put the shit on the box that we do. Like, you want to tell them the truth?
You're just being transparent. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's funny when you do find companies that try to toe the line on like, no, this is American made.
Well, that's the crazy part is the fact that
It would cost $35 million for the factory to make those fucking things in.
But it's the crazy part is the fact that you telling the truth is the joke part of the truth.
Yeah.
It's like, everyone's so used to hearing the lie, and they think like that's what the acceptable part is. And you're like, here's something crazy. I'm just going to fucking be honest. And everyone's like, that's fucking insane. That's so crazy that you're just telling the truth.
Or worse, you get people who are offended by that. Because they get butthurt because they know that they're not capable because they don't want. They've been fucking lying since the company was started.
We got a phone call from a friend. I won't call him out, but we got a phone call from a friend. Love your needles, really love your needles. We supply needles for everybody in the shop, but man, I can't use them. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? He says they're too cheap. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they're too cheap. At the time they were $20 and $22.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck you mean they're too cheap? Like they're cheap? He said, no, they're too cheap. I can't have that in the shop, and people know that I only pay $20 for needles. This is a true story. Am I lying? Would not buy my needles.
Oh, wait, too cheap on what you charge?
What we charge.
Okay. I didn't know if you were saying
So
like cheaply made. Or...
I said, so if I charged you $32, you would buy my needles? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, but what's the point of that? I don't understand.
It's bougie.
No, I get bougie, but nobody needs to know what you fucking pay for those.
I get it. I understand. But I says, I'm not going to change the price of my needle for you just so you'll buy them and then jack it up for everybody else.
So is this one of these fucking sneaker collecting fucking dopey fucking knuckleheads in our business right now? I mean, to me, it's ignorant because it's like.
But that's how these people think.
I guess I don't.
It's
understand.
just like a machine. $1,300 for a fucking
Well,
machine.
but we know. Okay, so I agree with that. I
Wait a
agree.
minute.
Yeah.
$1,300 for a fucking machine, bro.
Again, dude.
And
And
I
that's only
sell
going
the
about
same
$6-
fucking machine
$1,600 now. Right?
for fucking $250,
Shit, you can buy it for fucking. I mean,
and I
dude,
warranty it.
it's
You ain't gotta fucking tell me shit. It's broke. Here's another one.
Yeah.
We've had one come in, and he admitted he dropped it on the fucking floor. Like, here, take it on.
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing is trying
Same machine.
to make people realize that it ain't the bat, it's the fucking batter. You know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. And again, like you've got a lot of people that are just, I mean, they're selling bullshit and a brand and occasionally a new paint job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that seems to be what it comes down to. It's like, oh, well, this is now gold and this one is bronze and this one. It's all collectible bullshit. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna back up. So, you asked me, kind of like what the other jobs I've had and shit like this. Tattooing actually is what got me into most of the other shit that I do. Machining. I learned how to machine because I wanted to learn how to make machines.
Learn how to make like
And-
frames and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I realized I can make a lot of money fucking machining other shit. And so, you know, it's come about that way as far as, because everybody's like, are you done everything? And I'm like, it ain't about that. It's me wanting to learn how to do something and then take that and then I can put it into tattooing or whatever. But again, not for a career because I just enjoy that and the people. Some of the people, in the past 3 years, I'm sorry guys, I don't like half you motherfuckers anymore. I just admitted that. Because they're not true. They're not true to who they are.
Well, the fact of the matter is, you can't get this business can't grow as much as it's grown, and you still like everybody that's in it. I mean, and again, it's all personality.
I'm talking about people that I used to love that are fucking total dickheads now. Sorry. I'm talking to you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not so. Not for nothing. But chill the fuck out. But it's like, what the fuck has happened?
Well, I think that
You can't
money.
take a
I think
money's
it started with money, and we're now back into the pursuit of money because realistically,
Well, people like us have to be. I didn't save any money.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did.
no, dude, I'm going to be working until I'm.
You
fucking-
didn't. I already know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know. there's no
So
chance.
it's like, again, I tattooed for money. You tattooed for money. We made a lot of money back in the day.
In our time, yeah.
And there's still people making a lot of money.
And I'll be the first to admit it was poor decisions on my part, and it wasn't poor
It
decisions.
was
Not like I
living
went
for
out-
the moment,
Well,
bro.
the thing, it's not even that.
We didn't think the well was going to run dry, Joe.
A combination of that, and it's not like I ran out and bought cars and all kinds of bullshit. I was just living off it.
Because we didn't think the well was going to run dry.
Well, because exactly.
Because
you
again,
just assumed you. Well, we
I
just
couldn't
assumed
buy
we'd be
ink.
able to work.
I had
till
to
we were
make
done.
ink. I couldn't do these other things. I had to do it. So again, you didn't think the well was going to run fucking dry. So we got this forever. $300 piercings. Remember those fucking days?
Yep.
Fuck. We were fucking living like
Well,
kings.
so now how do you feel?
Hold on. Do you love art?
Of course.
Do you tattoo for the love of art, or do you
No.
tattoo?
So I'll be the first one to admit I do love tattooing, but tattooing is a job. It's a job. It's not.
I hate those people that say that, Jimmy.
Here bothers me too.
I love it.
I
Well,
hate,
do it for free.
I hate when people tell me
Oh.
like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I'm like,
Fuck
you're
you.
fucking lying. If you love what you do, you work every day of your life. Because you hear people like, oh, I gotta go to fucking work. I don't want to work. Like, if you don't like it, you don't want to work. Yeah. But if you love what you do, you fucking hustle and work every single day. Like, when I hear somebody say like that, like, well, if you love what you do, you don't really work. I'm like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know anybody who absolutely loves, and we'll go with art for the sake of the podcast, but just like an athlete and stuff, like you draw every fucking day, you paint flash every fucking day, you machine every fucking day, you're doing something every day, working because you love it. Yeah, you love to work, it's like, I love tattooing, but it means I found a way to make a living at what I love.
Right.
Doesn't mean like I'm doing it for free. No, I just found a way. Like would I be able to do this? Like, no one can survive on fucking not doing anything. That's you got to make a living at it.
Yeah, because not for
But I
nothing.
found a way. Yeah,
If you can make a living on doing nothing,
but here's the thing though. What the state we're in right now of this industry shows you that, where when we started, like, you had to be somewhat kind of an artist to get noticed by another
well, because you had
shop
back in
owner,
the day, you had
another shop owner. But
now
now
your pictures off the every fucking magazine
exactly.
going fucking
Yeah, you had a
but the
hustle,
thing is
you had a
now
hustle.
is we have art students turned tattooers. You know, they're called realist artists now, but you have people who basically know how to go to school and copy exactly what they see. You're like, fuck yeah. And now, that is a talent in itself. I'm not trying to take that away from anybody.
Oh, that's
like,
good shit.
You still have to produce the stuff. But then a lot of those times you tell them, hey, draw something. Hey, make this sleeve look cohesive or great. Like, no.
Well,
They're like, I gotta look at my AI photo and just reproduce
Well, I think
it.
the
And there's a
difference-
thing in that,
I
but
think
it's
the
like
difference-
watching art students find a way to make a living now.
Yeah.
It's like there's no more such thing as a starving artist when you have the accessibility to how easy to get into this industry is
that's
now.
the thing. I think when we got into it and we made a name for ourselves, it was because we were different. Because we didn't do what everybody else did. We stood out in a crowd, and eventually, people aped our shit, whatever. And we may have had to start taking playing second fiddle to those individuals. But now it seems like, and this is something I've often said: the more you stand out, the less likely you are to be popular, because everybody is used to seeing the same things. If you do not do that thing, nobody really cares, unless you happen to be somebody who's truly unique, lucks the fuck out, or is trending in the moment.
So the niche.
More of a niche. Yeah, more of a niche. Because again, as cliquey as the industry has always been, it is much more cliquey now than it ever was. Because I think there's more barriers now. Before it was cliquey, but everybody can fucking swim in the same pool. Now, and again, having said that, it's not like that's the end all be all, but it just seems like there's more barriers between individual cliques than there ever were before.
Oh, and it is, but in saying that, like, at one point, there was a time when I could go in any shop in Greensboro and didn't have a problem with any artist that worked in there. And I was one of very few people that could do that, because there was always beef with somebody, and I just didn't ever let it get. I don't give a fuck, and I let it be known. I don't care if you're the fucking rock group, the fucking punk group, this group. I'll just go talk to you anyway. Put myself here. But I was also really content with being in the shadows.
Right.
Because you can learn so much and pick up stuff. And I think that's what helped me get where I'm at, to where, it's annoying the amount of people that ask me questions. Because it doesn't make sense to me. If that makes any sense.
What do you mean? Ask you
If I'm at a show, if I go to a show, he's brought this up to me because I never paid attention to
By the
it.
way,
He's pointing at Justin, so if you guys are
his
wondering
partner
who he's
did.
pointing out to, Justin, he said he didn't want to be a fucking part of it.
So we were at All American. You were actually there. I'll let you use that little tiny power supply.
Yeah. That's we're good too.
And I says, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. It took me like an hour and a half to get back. And he was like, the fuck have you been? I'm like, bro, you ever fucking walked around with me with this shit? I can't fucking just go. I'm like, and if I just ignore you, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, this ain't my show. And everybody's like, hey, where's it? I'm like, are you fucking, go fucking ask Ryan. Go ask Nicole.
But this is why I laugh at the fact that, and this is why I brought it up in the first place. Who the fuck are you? And that's why I laugh. And that's why I'm bringing this up.
I get shit done.
You go out. Exactly. And that's the point. Like, you've been at all these shows. You help promote shows. You help set fucking shows up. You have a fucking company that's exactly what you do. You're involved in State Street. You're involved, State Street, which is in Bristol.
State Street, Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Guns, that show we got fucking canceled because of, I won't say, because we sold guns at the show.
Who canceled
The government. The city of Wilmington. Fucking pussies. you can't sell guns in a government building anymore. And it was the safest place in the country. The ATF and the DEA was in the building all weekend.
Wait, so how did
Ink and Arms is when we did Ink and Arms, and we
right.
but it wasn't like your granddad's gun show where it was at the National Guard Army. We had legit military guru dudes is what I called them, but like dudes that sold AK-47s, this ARs, but custom shit. It was just a nice setup. So it was brainchild of John Henderson. And he wanted to fucking do, and Mark Fairchild, and he wanted to do half guns, half tattoos. Which it kind of, I took it to John because I was in Virginia Beach one year, and the tattoo show was going on, because that's that huge convention center. Tattoo convention going on, and then a gun show. Totally separate from each other. Two different promoters, yada, yada, yada. But there was like 20,000 people that were at that gun show. Maybe 8,000 people went to the damn tattoo convention.
You felt
and they
it all
didn't
under the same roof.
do anything. And I said to Nate, I said, why don't you get with that promoter and y'all combine this shit?
Yeah.
I'd never work.
Well,
I mentioned it to John.
Not for nothing, apparently it didn't.
Well, no, it worked for a few years. And it was very
I
successful.
didn't realize that, okay.
But it was literally after COVID that we had the show was we had another one coming, and then literally they when we were able to go back to work after COVID, get in touch with them like, hey, we need a date, and they're like, yeah, you can do the show, but you can't do the guns anymore. I'm like, what? What's a city-owned building, and they're not going to allow the set? Like, you can do the tattoo. I'm like, but that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't work without the ink.
You need more.
Doesn't work without the arms. So that's when we nixed it, and we possibly may do it in Pennsylvania. But it was a very successful show. It was fun.
You can do it in Florida.
I hate Florida though, Jimmy.
No, I know, I'm just joking because you're never going to have a successful show in Florida.
You want to talk about Florida shows? I'm going to talk about Florida show real quick.
Oh,
this one touches a nerve.
Are we talking about the shit show?
This one touches a nerve.
I know
Because
this one.
I get a phone call about doing this show, and I can't even remember what was the name of the fucking thing. You can say it. I don't care. What? Ink the fucking stupid bay. This was the first year. So Zane actually got a message. Hey, I need you to come down here and do this. So Zane comes to me. He says, hey, we need to help this guy out. I'm like, who the fuck is he? So I actually talked to him, and come to find out, he knows nothing about tattoo industry, yada, yada, yada.
Is this? But he was a outside.
He was
promoter.
a club promoter.
That's it.
So then he convinced me that fucking Andy and somebody else was helping him, and then that they needed help. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, but I need to rent your sinks. I said, oh, fuck yeah, you can rent my sinks because now I'm making money.
Right.
All right, yeah, you can rent my sinks. I'll bring them out to you. So, and then I'm like, we can do pipe and drape too. No, got that handled. I'm like, okay. So we pack our little shit up, drive 12 hours to fucking hot ass Florida that I fucking hate to rent these sinks out to these people. Get there. He tells us he's going to cover our room, all this kind of shit. So we get there, and it's a shit storm. They don't know who I am. They don't know who Justin is at the hotel. Like, no, we have to. He screenshotted somebody else's confirmation number and sent it to me. So I get the dude on the phone, and he comes up there, and he gets us a room. I'm like, okay, he's legit. We're going to make this work. And then it was Thursday when we got there. And I'm like, hey, is set up and everything done? He said, no, we're going to do that in the morning. I'm like, how many booths you got? 300? 300 some booths. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, we're good, bro. We're good. Everything's cool. I'm like, all right, cool. So I said, when can I set the sinks up? Well, yeah, we'll do it in the morning. I'm like, I like to do it the day before.
You want to get stuff done.
Make sure shit doesn't leak and yada, yada, yada. No, we can get there in the morning. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like, but I need to park him. When you told me I could park him in his parking lot. He lived in the fucking apartments down the road. And I'm like, I'm not leaving my $8,000 sinks in the parking lot, bro, at your apartment complex. Like, not happening. So we had to go rent a facility so we could lock my shit up. 5:30 in the morning, phone rings. freaking out. Bro, my pipe and drape guy has canceled on me. Like, it's Friday. Your show starts in a few hours.
See, if you would...
What he said, I said, what are you going to do? He says, no, what are you going to do? I'm like, I guess I'm going home. He's like, no, dude, you have to help me. I wake Justin up. I'm like, this is what's going on. He's like, can you go get your pipe and drape? I'm like, bitch, I live 12 hours from here.
Even if you technically could and would.
Yeah, I'm like, I offered to do this. Yeah. And so what it was, he did have pipe and drape rented. And when he had sent the people to go pick it up, he sent a fucking rollback.
You told me about it. It was like a shit truck to pick
and
up.
It was. It had nothing to do with the guy that owned the pipe and drape. He was legit, but the deal they made is he would come pick it up and it would be safe and stuff. And the guy's like, you ain't taking my shit on a rollback an hour and a half away from here. Are you crazy? So he's like, you're not renting my shit. This motherfucker's like,
so instead of renting a truck that could have saved everything.
Yeah. So
U-Haul, like, or even going to like Home Depot and just grabbing like.
Whoa! This. I'm glad you said that because he says to me, "I'm going to Home Depot and buy some lumber." I said 4. He said, "We're going to make boots." I'm like, "You're going?" I said, "You're going to buy like 7 ricks of wood, and we're going to come in here and Bob the Builder this fucking convention."
Dude, see, this is why when I bitch and complain about conventions, it's stories like this that these motherfuckers don't have a fucking clue as to what they're doing and the money that they're charging individuals to take part.
Oh, you have no. We saw
how much money he made. How much money?
I saw how much money came in on 3 different accounts for the booths, and we saw what they brought in on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App for people at the door. It was unbelievable, the money that came to there, which was why he was able to pay a couple of his guest judges $7,000 a piece.
Motherfucker.
A piece. Travel and fucking room, all that shit. To judge.
See, this.
Hold on. Oh, and I judged.
Did you get?
Guess how much I got paid?
Did you get 7,000?
I'm gonna tell you at the end because it's fucking amazing. Keep that in mind though. Me and Justin, from 7 o'clock in the morning. Now we got a phone call at 5:30, but from 7 o'clock in the morning, I figured out how to get this motherfucker pipe and drape. We had to get in touch with the bio people because in Florida it's a fucking month deal ahead. He never paid it. Get in touch with these people. Dude drove from 2 hours away to bring us what we needed to contract. Because the health department, I convinced them, if we don't do this show, you're going to have 600 people riot and tear this fucking little town up. And I'm like, the only reason that we did this is because we got to thinking. We drove 12 hours here. We're already invested in this shit.
Yeah, just so you're invested.
Not just us, but then I'm thinking, bro, our friends that drove here from other places, flew here, got a room here, they're way more into this than we are.
Right.
I'm like, we got to do this to help our friends. Fuck him. Fuck Jameson. We're going to help our friends. Because we got so much flack for helping organize this shit. In fucking 6 hours, Joe. We fucking got the pipe and drape done, wrangled it up, got it done, got it together. The show was supposed to open at 2, ended up opening at 5. The health department, because you couldn't do anything, they wouldn't let a soul in the door. There was fucking 9,000 people lined up to get in this motherfucker for 3 hours. I'm telling you.
Wait.
This was
I think I'm confused. Is this the one that Derb called out
Yeah.
online?
Yeah, but this was the first year.
There was no. Oh, so
This was the first year.
The second year it got worse.
Oh, no, the first year was the fucking worst. Because, bro, I get a phone call.
Wait, was this the
Friday.
The trash bag, the incident?
Yeah, but
That was-
all
that
of
was
them had
yours, right?
incidents. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay,
first
yeah,
show
yeah.
they did,
Yeah, the first one was.
we fucking saved that motherfucker. Not for Jameson. We saved it for the fucking artist that
No,
came
I
and
totally
spent their money.
understand that. I'm just misunderstanding.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to fucking listen to me and Justin and Zane and a few other people that were there to not fucking do this shit again. But it was fucking busy as hell.
Right.
So the people that were there that we kind of didn't know, they were loving it because they made thousands of fucking dollars. And it was like, so they're definitely coming back. But we wanted to warn our people, don't fucking trust this dude.
This guy's a douche.
This is not right. So we get there. We ran the show. We could not even sell our product because we were running around. People were coming to us. What's this? So we just took it over.
Well, you've done that
We ran the
you've done
show.
that a couple of times, yeah.
So, but let me back up to before they let the doors open. It was 3 minutes to 5. They had 15 police officers out back with the general manager and the facility people that run this place because they're fixing to run everybody out, the artists and whatnot. So they're coming up. They're bringing more police. They're telling me and him, and Jameson's crying like a baby. The promoter, am I lying? Crying like a baby on the fucking sidewalk. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. And I'm like, I'm on the phone with the bio guy. And because everything else is done. We've done the pipe and drape. We got all this shit done. We're waiting on the fucking bio guy to bring the paper that they can sign. They got to sign it in person. And I'm like, he is right around the corner. You hear this motherfucker wheeling wheels up this fucking parking deck. And here he comes around the corner. And it was 5 o'clock on the nose. Because that was what she told us. She said, this is it. 5 o'clock. And there he was. And he ran up there. And it was like a fucking movie. Signed it. And she's like, good to go.
And the door's going to open.
And boom, it was on. So, again, he had hired all these people to come, entertainment, do these things. He comes to me. He says, man, I need you to judge. I need you to judge. He said, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. I got you. All right, bro. I'll do this. Judge this piece of shit show. And I did get paid for the rental of my sinks.
Right. We
did not get paid. We did not sell not one product that we had because we were never able to man our booth.
And they had people through the door.
You can say yes. I mean, you can talk. It was an amazing turnout.
Really?
It was unbelievable. Not your normal crowd.
In what way? Like touristy or?
Not your normal crowd. Very club related.
Oh, okay,
crowd.
okay. So it's more okay. It's just he attracts what he normally does.
It was crazy. There was prostitution going on.
So were there people actually tattooing? Or
Yes.
Just people like
Yes. Oh yeah, there were people tattooing. So at the end of this thing, I will tell you, and he can vouch for this. There was in excess of $250,000 made off the door.
Really?
At that show, off the door. That don't include what they already had sitting in those accounts for the booth sales. There was $1,100 each.
Yeah.
It was insane. A booth that really didn't exist,
Right.
kind of shit. So when it gets said and done, I get my money for the sinks, and we make sure the biohazard shit's done, close the boxes up, stuff. And he's like, "I got you, bro. What's your PayPal?" I'm like, give it to him. He said, "I'm sending. I got you." We leave. We get, 4 hours down the road, get a phone call from the fucking health department. Hey, they left like $2. I says, hey, my job's done.
Yeah, you're not part of this.
I'm like, you need to call Jameson, let him handle those 2 boxes. I'm not turning around 4 hours away and handling anything else for you fucking people. We get a little bit further down the road, ding, PayPal alert comes in. This motherfucker sends me $500. And I'm like, fuck.
He didn't pay for the sinks.
The sink's got, I paid.
Oh,
I got
so
paid
this
cash
is
for
his
sinks.
idea of hooking you up.
Yeah. I call Justin. I'm like, bro, we just got paid. I said, Jameson just paid us. He's like, fuck yeah, bro. He's fuck yeah. We got the what we get? I'm like, $500. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
So this cheap fuck made over 200 grand, and he paid you $500.
Yeah. So I sent it back. I called his business partner. I cussed that fat motherfucker out. And I'm like, fuck you motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't want your fucking dirty money anyway now. Fuck you. Just, you're done. No, we're going to hire you for next. I'm like, you ain't hiring shit. I said, I'm going to try my best to see that you don't have a fucking other show.
You didn't do a very good
I tried. I fucking tried.
Well, that's okay.
Hold on. I will not say who it was. I saw somebody post that they were going to that show.
Well, dude,
One of my friends. I'm going to fucking say this because they're
you
going
know
to
as well as I
about it.
do. Most fucking tattooers are douchebags and will jump at whenever somebody waves something under their nose.
This
they're gonna
person
jump.
knows me well, and I says, "Hey, person, I saw you post that. Don't try and talk me out of doing this." I'm like, okay. I said, I just want to ask you, did they promise you this? Yes, they did, and I'm good. I'm like, okay, this is just your warning. It's not going to happen that way. After that show was done, this person went online under another post and was like, I can't believe nobody warned me about doing this show. And you know who you are. What the fuck? I tried, Joe. Justin fucking tried. We tried. Not just us. Other people that are friends that were there were telling people, don't do this fucking show.
See, the thing that's nice about what's happening now, and this is a good and bad.
Can I one more time?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's fucking hilarious that this past May, when he had tried to do the last show, that it didn't happen, that people went there, and Friday they canceled the fucking show. He blames it on the venue. I think it's hilarious that he walked away with I did the math, 180 grand on the fucking sponsorship and the fucking booths.
And nobody tried to sue him?
Of course they did. They can't.
But I don't know.
It's under somebody else's name.
That's what's fucked up, because we saw what happened with Ink and Iron.
I tried to tell you.
Like Ink and Iron, which was a great show when it was held.
Can I have some of your booze?
Yeah.
You don't drink.
Nope.
Go ahead.
But Ink and Iron in Long Beach was an amazing convention.
50,000 people.
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
This is the only fucking event. They shut the fucking highway down.
Dude, and it changed traffic patterns in Long Beach. And for many, many years, that was an amazing show. It wasn't until they tried to jump the shark and take it to fucking Nashville
that was a terrible
that they fucking took it in the ass. They got sued. They got their asses sued off for
It's
it.
not the first bad show in Nashville.
This is true. They got their asses sued off. They try to bring it back to Long Beach. They rebrand the entire corporation. One guy backs out. He's a silent partner, whatever. They try to do the fucking show again. It wasn't Ink and Iron. It was something arts. They were trying to make like an art Basel in Long Beach, which is a great idea. It's a phenomenal idea. It's like 100 and it's a slightly higher.
It's just hot.
It's good. But they try to do this Art Basel thing in Long Beach. Great idea, and they shit the bed so fucking hard. And I remember walking around the Thursday before the show started, and I was staying on the ship, and there was nobody really there. But they had sold the booths out. They had a ton of artists come in. Ron English was there. Like all these different pop artists are there, and they were like, "Man, we haven't heard a lot about the show." And one of the promoters is out and about. He's fucking putting flyers up around the fucking ship, and he's like, "Yeah, you're Joe, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man, big admirer. Me and fucking such and such ran the Ink and Iron, and now I'm doing this." I was like, "Cool, man. I'm really excited to see how it goes this weekend." Yeah. He's like, "Man, I'm going to talk to you this weekend. I want to know what you have to say." I'm like, "Well, you know me. I tend to be honest." And that weekend, it fucking sucked.
Yeah, flopped.
Like that was one of the worst conventions. That was the beginning of the end
Yeah.
for a lot of shows,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But that show was fucking horrible. And the worst part is, I actually did really well.
Yeah.
Like I had clients in the area that I hadn't been there in like 2 years, so I actually worked the whole weekend. But dude, they were motherfuckers packing up on Saturday morning, and just like we're out of here. But, dude, there was nobody there. I had friends, the pop artists like Ron English. Ron English fucking called me and he's like, dude, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's nobody here. And he goes, dude, I spent tens of thousands, I spent thousands of dollars to get my shit here. I mean, big installations. And dude, it was embarrassing. And at the end of it's funny because Sunday, I'm in the middle of a tattoo and the promoter comes up and he looks over my booth and he's like, hey man, how you doing? I'm like, okay. And he's like, man, so what do you think? And I literally looked at him, I'm like, you want to get into that now? And he looked at me like, huh? And I'm like, dude, look around, read the fucking room. Like, people are leaving.
Yeah.
And he just turned around and walked away and never saw him again for the rest of the day. That was Sunday. But it was embarrassing, dude. It was embarrassing. But that fucked up thing about that is nobody holds these people accountable. Yeah. And I know what you were saying before about somebody said something on social media and people listened to him. Yeah. More motherfuckers.
And I love him. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And he's been in this game a long time.
Fuck yeah.
And I think he throws one of the best shows we've ever had.
In my opinion, as far as conventions in the United States, oh fuck it, why are we dancing around? Everyone knows what the fuck we're talking about. It's third.
Yeah. But
the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, with the exception of the tattoo tour conventions from back in the day,
yeah,
Hell City is probably one of the better shows. I would say top five.
It was the one that most people
in its prime.
In its prime,
I would say one of the top conventions, like top 1-2 conventions in its prime.
Yes,
100%. Number one,
100%
in its prime. What, Jimmy? We've both done shows all around the country. What comes close to fucking Hell City? And when I say that, I'm not talking about where we are right now in Lenoir, which is a small convention, and it's something that's more about.
We've talked about this before.
I'm gonna say Richmond, old school.
But again, now. So we're talking about right now.
Now there's nothing.
Yeah, there is. I feel like there's
State Street. That's right.
But again,
there's a few shows that I think that you would hold on a higher standard level of, like, not only is it like it's a proper amount of really good artists, a proper amount of people through the door, a proper amount of, like, things to do, a proper amount of, like, of value of the convention. And I've always said this, I think Detroit is one of those shows.
Yeah.
I give it to them. I think, geographically, I think that always plays a huge part in this country to where you can actually hold a really good show.
Yeah. Not only that, I think the idea that it's in such a weird place, which is why Ohio, I think, does well, because it is kind of central.
Well, again,
and there's not a lot going on, but it draws
because of what you look at, like the popularity and how many shows are done in specific states. Like, you look at Detroit, no one's gonna fucking try to step on Tramp's fucking balls to fucking put a show on in that area.
But not
you got people going around that area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then no one's gonna try their fucking balls to step on fucking Durb to fucking put one in Ohio right there. It's not gonna happen. Now there's stuff around it, of course. When you look at certain areas to where it's like nobody really gives a shit, like the Jacksonville show, Inksmith, like those guys do their thing, and it's been there. It's like because it's a southern version of like Pagoda.
Yeah,
it's like
they're attracting a particular
specific
tattoo. Huh? Is that Coral Gables? Which one are you talking about?
Jacksonville was run by Angelo and
okay.
From Inksmith.
I thought you were talking about Dave's.
No.
Okay.
So you have those shows in and around the area. They're still there, but as for like a show goes, that's not like such a specifically like, hey, it's only this area kind of thing. To me, like Detroit, Hell City, You know, you got a couple of other ones that are like kind of throughout, like, you know, you keep, you know, I haven't really been to it, but you talk to people that done St. Louis, you know.
St. Louis, everybody's
Which one?
Well, the one that what's his name runs. Well, fuck, what can't remember.
Baldy.
Yeah, the big fucking weave, the pot leaf on his face.
Yeah, it's too late for me to remember. Starts with an L.
Yeah, by the way, guys, it's like 1:15 in the
Yeah.
morning. Oh my god, it's on the tip of my fucking tongue.
I feel so bad.
Yeah,
I literally texted him the other day.
Yeah, but so that show. So like you have shows like that I do think that are iconic enough that hold up. But the majority of, I think, everything being so watered down and just so overly saturated and flooded, the allure or the draw to go into a lot of these shows is done. It's like
I think
if you have a concert hall and hold fucking shows every single night in that place, after a while you just burnt out. You don't care no more. You're like, who's playing tonight? It's not enough for me to want to get up on a fucking Wednesday. There was a show last night, Tuesday. There's one tomorrow. You know, you've seen it all. And every once in a while there'll be a band and either come by, you're like, you know what? This is worth me getting out. I'll go take a look at it. But it's just so watered down. Like the illusion of it is just done. It's done. You know, it's like why band. You know, like why concert things like, hey, we're only gonna do a show every weekend or maybe every other weekend or something like that. Where conventions now, there's like 8 every fucking weekend.
Oh, dude, like
and,
I said,
and like you got shows going on in this, you know, conventions going on in the same state.
When I did the talk,
and
with
you're like,
fucking,
that's boring. You know?
When I did
no
the
one
talk,
cares.
when I did the talk with fucking JD Crow, there's like 8 major conventions happening the same weekend as Norfolk and Richmond.
Didn't you say?
And again, Richmond's happening the same fucking weekend. So it's like, it's fucked. You know what I mean? And nobody's willing to hold back. And tattooers, there's a shit ton of us, so there's enough people to fucking simply do the fucking work. And that's a fucking shame. That's an absolute fucking shame.
Y'all keep talking, I'm going to show you something.
You know? So as far as a convention is concerned, it's like, what's worth going to anymore? That's where I think...
Well, I think that's also going to be subjective to who you are.
Well,
you know, like right now... So, is it worth you to try traveling the road again anymore? No, you've already put the legwork into it, and it's just not. You're not going to get out of it conventions now what you did back then. So it's not worth it. Now, is it worth a young, you know, hungry artist who wants to get out, make connections, make people, make bridges, build friendships on that? Yeah, I can see that being a thing, but I think it's we have no government to police how many shows should be done.
Exactly.
You know? But then again, who's to say who should have that right? You know.
No,
But,
and
there's
therein
a
lies,
hustle
and
thing.
that's why we have people ripping on and, you know, calling us gatekeepers because we're not willing to fucking, you know, listen to what everybody has to fucking say about stuff.
September 2024, there are 100 conventions this month.
100?
Last month there were 90. October there's 111.
That's fucking
Conventions
insane.
Across the world.
in the world or just in this country?
And here in Europe.
That's fucking insane. That's
North
fucking
America?
insane.
Yeah. So let me look here. Let me see what this breaks down.
That's fucking insane. How does that?
Those numbers are that's
Well,
crazy.
when we
Stupid.
were doing the dates for State Street the first year, there were 84 shows
that weekend.
That weekend. I'm sorry, it's Ink and Arms. 84 shows for Ink and Arms in June when we did it. The
For that
last time
month.
we did it. Yeah, for that
Camera
month.
just on me.
Well, it was, man. You were talking there for a minute.
Jonathan Fudd is doing our directing today.
I almost choked to death while ago. You didn't even try to save my life. I had to jump and save my own life.
If you started turning blue, I would have stopped. I would have stopped.
No, you wouldn't have.
I would have to.
He
Okay.
would have took a sip of whiskey first.
That would have been.
He'd have been like,
How you feel?
"Hey, you
Yeah,
all
how
right?
you feeling, bro?
Well, not for nothing, man. You
No, for
should've drank
nothing.
it
You
that
shouldn't
way."
drink that way. But that's why I went back to little shows.
All right, let me ask you
I
this.
love
so,
shows.
Because
little
so
shows.
getting onto the reason why Joe's on here asking you who you are. You know, you're the guy who's been behind the scenes, who's had, you know, done the legwork, you know, to really dive into, you know, to the profession of tattooing. So, like, you know all the ins and outs of, like,
I know shit I shouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, you know shit that you want to know.
You know where the body's buried.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah,
you guys got to sit down.
Because I got the shovel in the back still.
I deleted all the fucking sound checks we
Yeah.
did before this started, and it was about fucking an hour and a half's worth of holy fucking shit.
It's good stuff.
Nobody can hear this stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's gone.
I'm saying it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But yeah, it's one of those things like
Come
fuck
to a
me.
small show, you can find out.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but
Well, honestly,
the
yeah,
idea
exactly.
is because of like your inner workings of knowing how this profession is, and if you've been in it as long as you have, and the diversity of artists that you know in this industry. Do you think? And it's not that we argue about it, but you're always gonna say it's gonna pop. The bubble's gonna pop soon. I don't think it is.
Oh,
I
fuck
really
no.
don't. So where do you see if? Like if there's going to be a longevity in this, not saying that tattooing is just going to die off, but I think a lot of people, I think we're going to see a big crash to where artists that still want a tattoo aren't going to be able to make it only because of, just there's not enough pie.
We're already seeing it.
Yeah, we're seeing it now,
So, just the people you know in the past 6 months, like legit, how many of those can you think of off the top of your head that have quit tattooing?
Not say I only the personally like people who are friends.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Okay, stop.
But no. But acquaintances.
Okay.
I know of 3, and these are 3 people that have been tattooing for with like probably between 15 and 20 years.
Okay.
That I personally know,
Yeah.
that I can say it right off the top of my head, 2. I know
Personally?
2 right now.
9.
9?
9.
2 people that I know that are good tattooers, solid tattooers that I remember like that guy made a living, and now they're like, yeah, I can't support myself.
You know what the best thing about this is too? So one of the things I keep hearing is like when I did a couple other podcasts, and we talk like this, we talk honest and like, yeah, dude, this is fucked right now. This is bullshit. You got a lot of these young fucks, and I really wish I got to come up with a better name for individuals like
this.
the,
What you can
but
say
it's
without
but
getting
it's
canceled right now.
these people that have been tattooing probably 5, 10, 15 years that are acting like, man, I got fucking business. If you're just too fucking old and you can't keep up, then you fucking need to step away and blah blah. That's not the case. That's not the case. These are good tattooers that just happen to find themselves in areas for whatever fucking reason. The big thing now is everybody pushing, oh, you got to be good to your clients, I think Fudd made a comment about like, oh, it's about the algorithm now. You got to be polite to clients. You got to push that it's for the client. Everything we do is about the client.
I think James Vaughn proved that theory wrong already. But go ahead.
Well, that's the thing. None of it makes any fucking sense. Yeah, of course it's about the fucking client. We all fucking know it's about the client. But sucking a dick is not going to get you work. And that's the argument right now.
How was that the analogy you landed on?
That's where I was going.
Well, I mean,
You said okay. I said okay.
just.
Yeah.
How does that not make sense to you? How does that not make sense to you?
Are
It's
we
about the
talking-
client.
It didn't make sense to me. That's why I
Take
didn't
the
ask.
knee
that.
before
okay.
But
He's
so-
saying stroking. He's saying
Yeah.
kissing her fucking.
That makes fucking perfect
I'm
sense.
sorry, Joe. You just hit me funny for a second. But
that's the idea. It's like, yeah, the algorithm is one thing, but also I think what also comes into play about the personal algorithm is also geographically of location.
That's a
Because
lot.
you're gonna go into certain states to where it's like, like, hey man, sorry you can't make it. You're like, yeah, sorry, I live in a fucking state where there's like 9,000 fucking tattoo shops and there's like 8 on every block.
Yeah.
And you're like, where do you live where you're making it so fucking good? Well, I live in fucking nowhere, Huntsville, Arkansas, fucking, southern, Mexico, fucking Alaska, whatever it may be. And you're like, what's there? 3 shops. 2 of them are fucking horrible. And 1 works out of his house. And you're like, okay, yeah, I understand why you're killing it. You're doing great. You're like, you're fucking doing good.
Well, that's the thing.
But, it's like having someone like that tell me like, yeah, dude, like you just need to try harder. And it's like, or luck up and find a spot to where it's like, yeah, you're not fucking, that rock isn't fucking squeezed to the juice is gone.
Well,
like,
dude, I mean, when you
we
look
come
at,
to a situation
when you
where
look
it's
at,
like nothing is going to be able to. It's like they're not producing more fucking tattoo collectors. It's just producing more fucking tattooers.
You can
And so at
get
that
more than
point-
one bodysuit.
Yeah, that's exactly how that's gonna go. Yeah, but you have these people arguing with you like you just gotta trust the process, work harder. And you're like, yeah, at a certain point, man, you gotta be more.
And somebody who's
open-minded
been
to it.
doing this for 5, 10 years, 15 years can't be telling that to a 30-year-old. Like you can look at it, like, and let's pretend that we're not trying to keep up. Let's pretend that we're not doing everything that everybody else is doing.
Yeah, but the thing is too is again, geographically of a location too. It's like when people are like, well, if you know it's better in like go to North Carolina, or you know it's better in Tennessee, or if you know it's better in Oklahoma, go there. And you're like,
Not
dude,
everybody can pack
I
their
don't have the
trunk up.
fucking money to afford that, nor do I have the ability to move family and go that way. Like it's not that simple no more. Like I'm where I'm at now because I could have moved when I was 18 years old and I was the only mouth I had to worry about feeding. And then you look at stuff now, you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking grown ass fucking 50-year-old man who's fucking got children and all kinds of bills. It's not so easy to fucking just pick up and fucking move because you're surviving on day to day. It's not to the point where it's like, dude, well, you gotta have money stocked away. I'm like, yeah, everyone used to have money stocked away, and then life.
Well,
happens,
I don't think many people can actually say anything about that now because I think it just took longer for it to hit the States. I mean,
Yeah.
I have friends all over the globe. Literally, I have friends all over the fucking globe, and everybody I've been speaking to for the last 2 fucking years have been hurting, and it's just starting to hit hard here now.
He's acting like we don't have friends across the globe as well.
No.
Okay,
We've got free
fuck
trips to
both
Europe
of
too,
you.
bro. I'm just saying.
Fuck both of you. You know
Hey,
exactly
who the
what
fuck
I'm
is
getting
Skotty
at.
Whitaker?
You know exactly.
I've been
what I'm
to
getting
Europe
at.
and I was on somebody else's dime, just like you, Jay.
So, but I mean, back to our long scenic route to get to this question.
Where do I see it going?
Like, do you see it like? Do you think this is going to be just an absolute crash to where you're going to basically see where a lot of artists like that are having to quit, being forced out, like early retirement type thing, to
I
do
do.
something else? But where do you see it like going? Like, where's the point to where it's like, yeah, a lot of these guys are just going to stop and go, well, fuck it, I'm gonna be an art student now. I'm just
No,
going
no.
to teach class.
I think that you can't put a number on it, but I think that a lot of the people, and I'm gonna speak about some people that I know. A lot of the people that complain to me, or I'll get in a conversation with somebody else, and then they chime in, and it gets to the point where like, yeah, well, I might have a week left, or I might have 3 weeks left that I can do this or sustain my shop or whatever. In the back of my head, I'm listening because that's what I do, and then I'm like, my verbal diarrhea won't come out to say, well, you could save this if you would just fucking tattoo. Just fucking tattoo. And they're like, and it's like, because they only want to do what they do. They won't do the fucking names. And
Oh,
this
I'll
and
give
that
you,
that come-
I'll give you that too.
because it's happening. And it's like, but I ain't doing that because I didn't even get a fucking hit to go do that show. I'm like, quit limiting what you can do. Tattoo. If you want to go out and be amongst your friends, because I know plenty of people in that room right there today. Wes did 8 fucking tattoos today.
8 or 10.
Might have been 10. It was 8 when I talked to him.
I think he did 6 yesterday.
But it's like, okay, and I'll use West Virginia. I'll use West Virginia as an example. The Morgantown show. It's an amazing show. But between 5 people, I won't say their names because I'm not going to put their money out there. 5 people that sit with us, the show before last that they did there, they each one of them made $10,000 or $9,200 in that realm.
That's incredible.
5 people. I'm not kidding. Am I fucking exaggerating right now? Between that.
85 to 10.
Okay. That one.
It doesn't matter.
But that
$5
doesn't. You don't hear
You
that
broke
anymore.
$5. You broke $5,000, and you're not
Wait, hold on.
charging
Wait,
$25 a day.
They even broke more than just even.
But that, yeah.
No, exactly, yeah. Well,
But
my point being is, it was artists that don't do a fucking $2,500 day rate.
They do anything that's on this table, and there are 30 books laid out, and it's all designs that they collectively have done. But
See,
it's like,
here's okay, and I totally get where you're coming from with this. The problem being is, and again, this is why I've cut back on shows, because when I cut my teeth on shows, it was because people went to conventions to get tattoos they couldn't get in their town. Now one can say, technically in today's world, you can go to any shop in any town and probably get exactly either the craziest tattoo in the world or the most generic whatever tattoo in the world. So it's not. It doesn't have the same draw that it had back in the day. But again, you have more tattooers, and my problem is that to me the conventions just got more watered down. It became more about just people go to conventions now to get their little fucking $75 bangers.
I get you.
And that's not what shows used to be.
I get you.
There was always one or two people at shows back in the day.
For the record, these are $75 bangers.
No,
yeah,
I get it. I
but
get it.
a lot of
we were-
times, the flash that with the day you're talking about, it was flash that we draw. So we had our own flash up.
Yeah.
We had our own flash book.
Well, some of these guys do too.
A lot of them do, but I think
But that's what I'm saying. This is the nice shit.
It's not much different, But I think again, this is the evolution of like it's going back to traveling street shops.
Right.
Which
I don't think it's what shows should be about. Shows should be about something.
Well, I think then it comes.
I honestly
then
do.
I think it comes down to
That's why there's a million
Hold on.
fucking
But
shows.
it comes down to terminology. So stop calling it a tattoo convention. Call it a tattoo gathering.
A gathering like here.
Yeah.
We talked about this 100 times. That's why I love the smaller shows.
Yeah.
Because I can cater
so
to
much
you.
more
I can
prefer
do what I
small
can
show,
to try and make sure you're comfortable and try and do what I can.
Smaller shows are going to attract a slightly different clientele sometimes. You know what I mean? Like Richmond last year when JD brought all these old school guys in, it brought people there to see what it used to be like. Hopefully Norfolk does the same thing this year.
I think it's going to be a good show.
I really hope so. I think so too.
Really hard on it.
I think so as well. I really hope it does. But yeah, I guess time will tell. We'll have to see.
Anyway, I do think it's going to fucking fix itself.
Fix
I think it's going to fix itself. I'm still convinced that, yes, it's been getting slower progressively, but I think it's been harder this year simply because of the election. I'm not going to get political at all, but you've been tattooing long enough and you've been tattooing long enough to know that every fucking election year, we have a bad year.
No, I agree.
Every fucking time.
I agree.
As soon as it's over, we go back to normal.
The difference between
It's going to be a slower to go back to normal.
this year and every other year has been the fact that everybody in the fucking world right now is fucking hurt.
No, I agree. I do agree.
So,
But we still see this enough that we see how much money's still being made.
no, I get it.
That I think it's going to fix
I
itself.
get it. The difference between now and then is the fact that there are more people tattooing now than there ever have been.
Oh,
Now-
of course.
Now, the
You're right.
argument
You're not
from
wrong.
the other side would be, well, there's more fucking people getting tattooed nowadays. The problem being is, and again, nobody's going to want to hear this, but the quality of client has dropped dramatically. People get, the fact that there's something called ignorant tattooing. The fact that there's ignorant tattooing, I've not heard of that. These fucking scratchers that are working out of their fucking homes that are now working in tattoo shops, opening tattoo shops.
That's what they call it?
Yeah, it's called ignorant tattooing.
Yeah.
It's like a child
They're
drew a
art
tattoo.
installations.
Oh, that shit. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and what's
They
the
have
other
like
one called? What's the other
500,000
one
fucking
called?
followers and shit.
What was the other fucking style called? You showed me that nightmare shit show
Oh,
on fucking Instagram and
yeah.
Facebook. What's it called?
No, that was ignorant style, but so it was calling it cyber sigillism.
Yeah, cyber
Sigillus?
Yeah, cyber
skinny
dude, absolute dog shit.
We got
Absolute
it.
dog shit. Like literally just scratchy, fucked up, poorly drawn shit out of the fucking 70s, dude. Like out of a fucking, like if they put lights out during your fucking prison time and you decided to tattoo your fucking bunkmate. That's how bad the tattoos were on this. And the worst part is, they showed like 6 or 8 pictures. One is on the side of this broad's fucking head. And the comments, it's not so much that there was a post made about it and there was a discussion being created. It was the fucking comments. Because out of, like, say, 30 fucking comments, 2 or 3 of them were knocking the tattoos as being dog shit. The rest of them were, well, you know, it's a particular fucking style. You know, I think it's pretty interesting. Oh, I think it's really cool considering what it is. Oh, it's a different... Fuck you! Like, if you're a fucking artist, or not even, if you're a tradesman who actually cares about the things that he does. Now, granted, you can look at it as, ain't my body.
Right.
Let them fuck themselves shit up. Who cares? You can't help but fucking care when you know that motherfucker is eventually going to hate it.
Yeah.
Unless he's a junkie fucktard who doesn't realize he's going to be in the ground in fucking 6 years.
Right.
It's a fucking mistake. And that's the crazy thing. And then the people put this on a pedestal, and then they decide to get the tattoos, and you sit there and you're like, am I losing my fucking mind?
And they're paying good money for
And,
this.
well, so that's, to be honest.
but I mean, but that's the world now. Like, there's a girl who's fucking famous for fucking...
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah. You never seen this? Yeah, that's a style now. What I'm saying is, like, there's a girl for famous about, like, and the funny part is, like, the description, she's talking about sucking dick. I was like, if a girl tried to suck your dick like that, you would smack her and throw her the fuck out. Like, no chick's fucking, like, you're like, God, yeah, she's got a fucking technique.
Oh,
But yet, this fucking chick has got fucking, you know, like, we're getting my own TV show, I'm getting this. It's like, for being a drunk whore who fucking was like, yeah, I'm sure her fucking boyfriend's like, yeah, she's not good at sucking dick. Yeah. But yet, there she is.
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
So is this picture I showed you earlier?
Yeah.
The same shit.
No, that was actually a full back.
But so that's the thing is, like, it's almost like we've glorified train wrecks. It's the same thing, like, nobody wants to
I don't think we
have. Society has glorified the train wreck.
Well, but
like,
if you think
Because
it's
everybody
like,
gets a trophy, Jimmy.
well, yeah, participation. Yeah, it's like Cops, #1, you know, reality show, because it's like, I'm gonna watch fucking fucked up shit, you know, like,
yeah, but the thing is,
and it's like
you're
you want
watching,
and people are watching these fucking
Yeah, but
these
you know that-
websites where it's like garbage ass tattoos, you know, like Snake Pit, Truth
Yeah.
Fairy, you're like, you're laughing because it's so fucking ridiculous that you're like, somebody did that shit, and not only did they think it was so fucking cool, they took a photo of it, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, the worst
You're
part
an
is
oxygen
they're getting props because of that. Like, not only did they do it, not only did somebody take it like a fucking champ apparently because they got the tattoo, but then other people look at it and go, "Oh my god, I want to get that." And we
Dude.
look at it as
Jackass became a movie
Yeah.
out of people doing dumb shit.
I mean, Jack.
And those guys are
Fucking
fucking
Steve-O.
billionaires. And you look at fucking the rest of the world and going, that guy's fucking, you know, he's booked so
But
long.
here- but
Because
here's-
it's like, it's so fucking ridiculous. You're like, how and why? Like,
but
how is this a
so
thing?
you know
And everyone, it's because it's just, it's
people
mindless
have often
entertainment.
said, people
It's
have
just
often
mindless
said,
entertainment.
Don't hate the hustle, and I'm like, that's great. I will hate the hustle the moment the hustle becomes the norm, and the hustle has become the fucking norm. And I'm not just talking about this trade; it's everything. It's everything in the world.
It is. It is.
It's everything in the world right now. Everybody thinks they want to be an internet. They want to be internet famous. They
No,
want
I
to be,
mean, I fucking hate that shit.
well, I'm not just saying. I mean,
I'm just saying I gotta
everybody,
put that
but
out there. He's not talking for me.
I'm pretty
Not for
certain
nothing.
anything
Not
I
for
say is not going to be talking for you. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Can I put my 2 cents in on this one?
Hell
please?
yeah.
Put in 3 cents.
I'll put in 3. I think tattooers are their own fucking worst enemy.
We always
That's
have
always
been.
been.
No, and tattooers sign up for these fucking TV shows, glorify tattooing, started flaunting shit. Look at the cars we have, look at the chains we have, all this shit. It glorified it enough to make the fucking civilians.
That's not what it used to be, though.
It's not what it used to be. I know.
It's
but
the same thing, like, tattoo shows now are like how tattoo magazines used to be.
but
it
no
was
one
like-
looked at tattoo magazines other than collectors.
Right.
It wasn't the normal civilian
In-
looking at the tattoo
And
magazines.
tattoo shows used to be about shops. And now it's about the drama.
Right,
It's
right.
no different than like how you
It's
look.
scripted, bro.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's
I'm
scripted.
not saying I
They can
agree
both
with that.
tell you that.
But I
It's
think
scripted.
I think that I used this example the other day. Do you remember? I can't remember the company. It was a teal paint circle, and you can send them DNA.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking!
oh,
it wasn't
Evanescence
Evanescence.
or
Yeah.
some shit.
Evanescence, yeah. Dude, and they got legitimate
Legit.
fucking, like, and like, not like just legitimate, like the too cool for school guy legitimate.
Oh, no.
You know?
The tattooers were the ones that were sharing it.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Making it their profile pictures. Fuck this company. Fuck them. Fuck this. Fuck this. And it caused the regular person to go, what's this? I want that. What's this? I want. We were the ones that did it to make that company popular. I remember when Facebook first started out, and I was first starting out, and it was every tattooer's profile picture was TLC with the circle with the red line through it. And fuck TLC, fuck TLC,
Because
fuck
of
TLC.
television, yeah.
We promoted the fuck out of TLC and made all of those people multi-millionaires because tattooers said fuck you so much that it caused everyone else to go, wait, I want to see that.
Well, that's yeah.
And
Bad
I
press
think-
is still good press.
Right, but I think tattooers did it to themselves with tattooing of look at our fuck off lifestyle, look how much money we make, and we can do whatever the fuck
Well,
we
that's
want.
that's always been the case. I
And
think
put it out
money-
there
yeah.
so hard now with social media, everyone can see it.
Yeah.
To where now everyone's going, well, I can draw a fucking shitty triangle. I want to be a tattooer now.
Well, that's the thing.
And that's,
like,
I think
when
that's why it's saturated. It's so
when I
fucking
did
hard.
when I did the Honest Tattoo podcast in New York, John Mason brings up a question, and the question, it wasn't a question. He read an article, and it was this fucking streamer fucking whatever, and he makes a comment about how the average person who's watching, who's into social media and is watching all this shit, it's not enough. Like, you can't just sell them a product. You can't just sell them an idea. Now they want more. They want to be part of something. They need to experience what you're experiencing. It's not enough to wear the clothes. It's not enough to listen to the same music. It's not enough to go to the same fucking clubs. It's not enough to get heavily tattooed. The next step is become a fucking tattooer. And I went off. Half the fucking comments are people attacking me, being like, oh, you're a gatekeeper. You're trying to keep people out. You're trying to... No, what I'm trying to do is make sure that the individuals that are still in this business have a place to be in another 10, 15, 17, I want to do this for another 15 years. I got almost 32 years in. I want to continue to do this. And if you don't like that, go fuck yourself. But the fact of the matter is, it's like that. This is ridiculous. Like it's like a commercial, and everybody wants to live the commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not, like I said, it's not just enough to have a little. You got to have the whole enchilada, and that's fucked.
Why
That's
did you go
absolutely
there?
fucked. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, why? Because the fucking. I just realized I said it too. As soon as I said the whole enchilada, I thought Brandon Bond. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
How about you just fist bump him and make it even more worse?
Go fuck off.
Come on, bro. You don't
Just
need
fist
anything.
bump it.
No, fist bumps don't mean the same since like. Look it, you gotta lock it, grind the chain.
It's for anybody can ever fucking get Joe to fist bump them. It's fucking amazing.
No, you can't. I can't say that anymore, dude. Since COVID.
No, I remember you did it, and it fucking broke my heart. He would never
Are you
ever
knowing
fist
that,
bump
dude,
for
anybody.
how many years? How many years?
Dude, I've watched him scream at people like, "Dude, shake my hand like a fucking man."
Oh, yeah.
Like,
And I
this is
laughed my
before-
ass off.
This is well before COVID.
And there was times where like I've seen Joe like fucking like hammered, like to the point where he's like even like gone past like angry fucking
Yeah.
Joe, where like it looks like he's got like a tree trunk vein growing out of the side of his head, and it just goes so fun. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking funny, and he'd be like, "Oh, you motherfucker."
Motherfucker.
It's like you picked your arm up that you're gonna do. He's like, "Fuck you, I'm out," and just fucking
You
leaves.
used to do the fucking tattooer handshake.
Dude, yeah, it was just so funny.
Dude, I used to hate that. Man.
Yeah,
Like fucking fist bump. Now it's like an
And now it's like when
Yeah.
COVID happened, we went when I went to Connecticut, we went out to the owl, and fucking guys come like, "What's up, Joe?" And I watched him do it. He's like,
You can hear the creak in my arm.
you can hear like the bones in this fucking thing sound like the Iron Tin Man. He's just like,
It sucks.
and I'm just so happy. I'm just like, man, it's fucking amazing.
It's just so.
Thank you,
it's just
COVID.
so-
Thank you.
It's not just so ungentlemanly. Like it's just so
Yeah.
dumb. Fucking like considerate fist bumping. I fucking hate it. God, I hate it. It's just fucking horrible. But it's the world we live in.
This is
I love it. I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah.
Fist bumping is our industry right now.
Oh, So yeah, we'll fucking sit down next year and see where we're at.
Yeah. So I think that
Unless
yeah,
you quit tattooing and you fucking quit tattooing.
that better not happen. I got nothing else going on. So.
Y'all come work on the farm with me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, I'll be dead in a month. Shit. You
Nah,
didn't.
you can drive the tractor, bro. It's all good. We got
Just
this.
near. You ever seen him drive?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. And on that note, so again, we are here in Lenoir. We're at the
Get it right.
Carolina Tattoo and Arts Gathering,
Yes.
put on by Chris Hollyfield and his incredible fucking crew.
Yeah, the staff that he has behind him, I think them motherfuckers need a trophy.
I wouldn't
all
want to go to war with
themselves.
none of them.
Those people are absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
if anybody wants to know why we're here and why we talk this show up so much, follow him, follow Skotty, follow Jime, see the things I have to say. The shows we've chosen to pick are smaller and they're a lot more personable. And I mean, in all honesty, man, they just have more heart, they have more soul.
Yeah,
You know?
because we fucking care.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
We
fucking
care about the people we're hanging out with. I mean, fuck,
Yeah.
I've been here every night till fucking 2 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
which is by the way stupid, but
I
whatever.
appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah.
Dude, so close, so close,
Exactly.
so fucking close,
Dude, it was like watching the Olympics. I'm watching the fucking person cross that line. I was like, it's happening.
You know what that is?
It's happening.
You're like that. You're like that fucking power. You're like the fucking power walker from fucking Venezuela, and she's just like, and then the other girl comes up in the fucking, and she's just goes. Like, how do you not break out in the
That
fucking
shit's
run?
so fucking perfect. He was like,
But that's it. No cigar.
That was good.
No cigar.
no cigar. No.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in
my
for another episode.
Try my motherfucking ink. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, yeah, actually, you know what?
Jime
I
uses
will.
it.
Oh, wait. So I'm going to. I'm gonna put all the information for both of these guys in the comments or in the description. Excuse me. But in the meantime, do tell them like where your stuff can be found.
Yeah, I can't do that. Justin, come here.
Oh.
Dude, you gotta tell him I can't do this shit. I'm
Family
just making-
tradition.
Family
They
tradition
have
supply.
16 colors and more to come soon.
Well,
They
he
have
can
some of
say
the.
where to do it though.
No,
Where
you
get
can FamilyTraditionsSupply.com.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. That was
FamilyTraditionsSupply.com.
Yeah,
I
so
do
next-
the fucking computer shit, bro. I don't
So now keep in mind, most of the stuff they do, it is a specialty supply company. It is a small supply company. Everything is handpicked. Everything that they sell is actually stuff
I
that
will stand behind it.
exactly, and including the pigments. Everything's powder pigments, handmade by this fucking dopey bastard. And we all know Jime. He's got nothing to offer.
I just really don't. I don't. I got nothing.
It's been fun as always, boys.
Again, thank you very much. Like and subscribe. Take care of yourselves. And see you when I see you, dickheads.
Peace
Not for nothing.
Oh. How did we do?
I can fucking feel you getting so excited. I was like,
Dude, I thought he was gonna do it.
Dude,
If I watched
Dude,
that
I thought
shit
he
in
was gonna do it.
slow mo,
so fucking
in
close.
straight